and we do this every Monday night. And I want to thank you all for taking your time to be with us. You're here on a very special night. What we do every Monday night is we talk about this incredible company called My Daily Choice and all of the many brands that are available to you in this one vehicle, My Daily Choice. It's like the Amazon, but of boutique quality products ranging from health to clothing. And tonight, you're going to get a chance to have a very special brand experience because one of the co-founders of My Daily Choices with us tonight. Jenna Zwagil is going to be talking in a moment, but Jenna is an extraordinary woman. She is a thought leader. She is a high consciousness person with very big vision to make the world a better place. Her latest book, The Eighth Vessel, is the second in a series. And, she's, a magician in terms of how to create and how to build, but she's going to be talking about this incredible time in my daily choice that we have here. So I'm going to turn it over to Jordan Monroe, who is going to be interviewing Jenna. And you guys make sure anyone you know is on here because this is a very powerful opportunity to find out about the inner workings of My Daily Choice. So Jordan is also an amazing leader, six-figure earner in this industry. And so we have two powerful women talking to each other. Hey, Jordan, how you doing?
Hey, I'm okay. How are you, bud?
Great. It's great to be here.
Good. Good. Well, Jenna, I am so excited for this evening. It's a really special night, and we do have a lot of new people on. So typically on our brand nights, we tell everyone this brand is a highlight. Get your brand bucks ready. Get ready to shop. But this week is different. We're actually going to tell everyone to pause, take a breath, absorb, because we are about to have, with this brand that Jenna is going to talk about, one of the biggest sale of the year. And it starts the 19th at midnight, so 4:20. But before that, Jenna, are you with me? I don't see you on here.
I am on here, so hopefully you guys can
I
see me
got
and hear
you.
me all right.
Hi.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the deal. You are the co-founder of MDC Marketplace. Before we go into being the founder of the #1 CBD brand in the world, which you brought in specifically to Marketplace, let's teach everyone a little bit about what is MDC. How did you and Josh, not only, this is really key, everyone, not only have the vision, but then combine it with execution, like to give us a little history lesson here on MDC and Marketplace.
Yeah, so honestly, Josh and I, back in 2014, we saw already companies having a crisis at that moment. We saw companies that were getting pigeonholed into one brand or the other and not being able to pivot. And the name of the game now is technology. Like, let's just call it what it is. If you don't have a tech game happening in your industry, any industry across the board, you're going to be left in the dust, right? And so the whole marketplace idea, I remember when Josh told me he's going to call the company My Daily Choice, I was like, why? Like, I had no idea what he was talking about. I'm like, it's kind of long, and at the time, like, was not a trendy kind of thing. Like, back in the day, it was weird, just one word, super hip kind of company. So, we had no idea. And he was like, I have this vision that we're going to be able to house everything. We're going to be able to pivot from one thing to the other. Right now, the attention span for affiliates and just people in general, like TikTokers and everybody out there, is so short, and if they don't get what they're looking for, if they don't get that response in their brain, right away, they're on to the next thing. And it's no different in network marketing. And he's like, instead of having to hop around to different companies and have to rebuild your check every time, why not just hop to different brands and let everybody stay within the same network? So that was really the vision from the beginning. But again, when we started, we had 3 sprays. So it was 90% vision, 10% reality at the time, and when HempWorx came along, he told me there's no way we're putting pot in MLM. I was like, first of all, you know, he told me no, I had to go prove the concept before, it was allowed to be the first brand, outside of the original brand, our daily sprays. So that's kind of the origin of the idea. Like I said, it was a lot of vision and a little little reality at the time. And now it's, kind of come full circle. So
It's so brilliant. And really the first time we met you guys, this is what blew me away. This concept of having now over 35 brands in over 10 categories, both physical and digital products, and having a runway of like 100 applications of people that want to distribute their product into marketplace. Like, we're here, guys. Like, their vision is here. And so let's go into the vision of HempWorx. This is our biggest brand. You are the mother of this brand, and it came by way of your experience, which I think is really important to share with people. So I would love for you to share your story of how you even came to this world that was quite new to you a bit ago.
yeah, growing up, I was in a very conservative home, raised in the church and all that good stuff. Pot was bad, cannabis was negative, hemp was the same thing as pot, so like that was my background. So I was not a person that was not even smoking, nothing, like for the longest, not even until I was way past an adult. I was, it's nothing I was even interested in at the time. It wasn't until I was sitting in a doctor's office, in 2016, I guess it was. And, the doctor's like, well, you have this, I'm not going to say disease names or whatever. And there's no cure, you know? So you just kind of live with it. You can do, some weird body scans and do all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, you just said there's no cure. So why do I need to do scans and stuff? So I just left. And I would, I'm sitting in the, like follow up, later, and I'm realizing that there's all these articles popping up on my phone about cannabis, and particularly what I was dealing with at the time. And I was like, but there's nothing medicinal about that. How could it be? Well, so I got curious and I went out and I got my medical marijuana card and I went to all the dispensaries and I started sampling and trying all the products there. And, I didn't really feel I didn't feel any better. It was so new and so unregulated. It was like, who knows? I don't even know what I was taking. Probably nobody knows back then what was even in it. And even today, regulations are still just catching up. So I didn't really have any amazing results going to dispensaries. And so at first I was like, well, CBD is just kind of like whatever, like it doesn't work. And it wasn't until a few weeks later, Josh was like, hey, I got some samples of CBD from this farm in Kentucky. They're doing clinical research here. Will you try it? And I was like, I already tried CBD, it didn't work. And he's like, well, you haven't tried this CBD. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll try it. I'll try anything. Of course, I try it, and within 7 days, all my symptoms go away completely. And I'm like, wow. So I'm not the only one that needs this, And I wasn't like a holistic person back then. I was just beginning my journey. I was the kind of person before this journey started that was like, oh, I could survive off of, chips and soda and be fine. And my body was falling apart. And so this is like the birth of my health journey and really cleaning up myself, my body. But CBD was the beginning of that. So after I saw what a plant could do for my life, I realized, like, why is this not mainstream? Why doesn't more people know about this? Like, why did my doctor not talk about this? If I could do a Google search and he's not recommending it, what is the missing link here, And so I remember thinking to myself, maybe I'm just being like Napoleon Hill, positive mindset, placebo, like that's what I'm thinking. I need to give it to some like really negative people and see if it works physically without them changing anything else. And so I gave it to my mom, because, she's the kind of person like nothing works. She's already made up her mind it doesn't work. So I give it to her and it works. And that's when I'm really thinking, okay, if it worked for her and maybe it works for other people. In the beginning, I just gave away it for free. I was like, I don't even care if I make any money. Josh was like, well, hold on. We care if we make money. And I'm the person that's like, whatever, I'll give you the shirt off my back. Like, I really don't care. So I, got into this business because of my personal story, because it was just life changing for me. And, living with the ailments that I had prior to using our CBD, how I explain it is it felt like every hour of the day was 2 a.m. Just absolutely exhausted for no reason. And I was too young to be that exhausted. And it was really because my body wasn't absorbing any nutrition, right? So, I mean, it really was life-changing for me, and it was life-changing for so many people. And it was really because of the timing we had, it just created this wave of people feeling better suddenly. And that was like just a wake-up call for so many people. So that's kind of our early origins, of HempWorx.
It's so beautiful because you guys really were the pioneers of a movement, and making this mainstream. There is a reason we are the #1 CBD brand in the world. I want to repeat that. We are the #1 CBD brand in the world, and you can only get it at MDC Marketplace. And so what I want to do, Jenna, now is kind of guide everything. I mean, you're also the #1 female income earner in our industry. And I know that maybe doesn't move you because it's all about the people, but guess what? You know as good as I do, all the people are what make that real, right? And so you have created a movement, not just with this brand, but with all of the brands, but specifically for tonight. Let's go into when someone joins and looks at the 420 sale, what are they going to be exposed to? Because there's a lot that CBD can do, and we have a lot that people can look at. So let's take them kind of on a journey of what they can expect to have happen in their bodies. And oh, by the way, why HempWorx, the purity, the potency, the regulations that you guys have, the farming we have, not you guys, we have it. What makes us different? What makes this brand so unique?
Yeah, so you're gonna see all kinds of products that are gonna be on sale, so this is a really great time to try it, for sure. But what makes us different, what separates us, I mean, honestly, the farming is a big one. So not a lot of farms out there are testing their soil. They're not looking for heavy metals. They're not looking for anything. And soil in America is not great. I'm just going to let you guys know. Hemp is healing and restoring a lot of the soil that we've just used and abused. So we make sure that we're using, not only quality genetics, but also quality soil. So really from seed to when you get it, it's super pure. Third-party testing. So not, within our own labs, but we send it out to other labs to just check to make sure that what's on the label is actually in the bottle. And that's where the regulation comes in that doesn't exist. Right now, even to this day, it's getting better, but it's still not. I mean, we're decades away from getting things done. But right now you could go into any smoke shop, nowadays and get CBD, but you don't know that there's CBD in it. So that's one thing that we do differently is our potency is absolutely what you see on the bottle is what you got in the bottle. Farming, testing, gas chromatography testing, potency testing, all of that is so important. And not just that, our genetics, I feel like are just so pure. We include all the terpenes and everything in it. Our filtration process, which we just upgraded recently, is top of the line technology right now. So I'm so proud of the brand. There were so many times where, we weren't sure, like in the very beginning, like, can we get liftoff, with this brand? Can we get liftoff with HempWorx? It's so new, we don't know. Like there's so many, question marks. And, I never ever wanted to change the quality because of it working for so many people. And that's one thing that everybody can trust. When you get a HempWorx, you're going to get the purest and you're going to get the best. So those are some of the things that set us apart.
So good. And let's go into like what people are going to experience. Like this sets us apart on paper, right? But what sets us apart in our bodies? Like what are people going to feel with the different lines that we have? And I'm not saying you're going to leak anything here, but I heard from a bird that we may be launching new products on 420 too. So if you want to go into some of the products and drip a little bit, we're good, Jenna. We will keep it a secret. No, we won't.
All right. So before I go into products, I'm happy to share just a little bit. I'll leak some of that, but why does it work? So every single person has a digestive system. Everybody has a neurological system. We have all these systems that work in our body, right? But you also have an endocannabinoid system. And this is where it gets interesting because, this isn't always taught in medical school. It's taught very little and then it's very skipped ahead. But you literally have And you have cannabis receptors throughout your body. Okay. And each cannabinoid targets something different in your body. And so I can't give you everything, but if you go to PubMed, type CBD, but not just CBD, CBDA, you can look at all the different up and coming Delta 8s, 9s, 6. I mean, they're all out there nowadays. Like, go look and see what's in there. Full spectrum CBD is going to hit all those major zones in the body to bring balance to all major systems. So I look at it like it's the main electrical system in your body. It keeps everything functioning and up and running. And it's not necessarily what you feel when you're on the products. I know people think cannabis, you're going to feel something, but it's what you don't feel anymore. That's really where the power is for most people, I would say. As far as what we're kind of getting into, especially with this sale coming, so CBD is amazing and the most popular and most studied cannabinoid to date. However, it's not the only cannabinoid on the block. So HempWorx is going to take a tour to explore these other cannabinoids and to really focus in on, targeting areas of the body that need a little extra help. We'll just put it that way. So some of the new cannabinoids that are coming out, you probably won't see it anywhere else. I mean, it's just now starting to hit the scene, and you guys are going to have it first. So what I can advise to you is, like, literally, I don't know, like, this is almost like Black Friday all over again, I guess. But you got to get up early. You got to set your alarm. You got to, like, if you want these products, you need to buy them right when they drop, because they are going to sell out. We are bringing back some of our older products for just a time. And so if you want those, you have to get them right when they drop, because literally people wait up for this. They literally stock their computer until midnight and then they buy everything. So yeah. I can't tell you exactly, but there's some new stuff coming and there's some old stuff coming.
I love it. I love it. And last year was, for a lot of our team, our first experience for my team, because we just joined and we had no idea. And she ain't lying, y'all. I made sure my team got all the links and got everything set. And by the time I went to go buy it for myself, like an hour later, things were gone. So for sure, set the alarm. But Jenna, let's go into this, because I had no idea a year ago that you could put hemp in shampoo and it would do this to your hair. I had no idea a year ago that I could take an oil, full spectrum 1500 CBD and peppermint, and put it in my coffee and have the most ethereal, calming experience, yet still have coffee that kept me going. I had no idea that there were this many uses. Even for a pet, like we're talking, like, so give us kind of a little bit on the categories that people will see on this sale, or even if they go look and do some homework on their website when we're done here, like, what are the categories that people can experience?
Well, hair care, of course. We have our bath products, of course, topicals, everything that's going to be there, our pre-rolls, flour. So we have that. All the tinctures as well. So pet products. I mean, pets are like people love their pets more than themselves. So the pet products are huge. So, I mean, literally, like, there's so many things on there. You guys just get like a sample of everything, because it's going to be very inexpensive, and, stock up. That's what I'm just going to say. Stock up now.
I love
and
it.
gummies, of course, gummies. Yeah, there'll be gummies.
I love it. And that was the cool thing about gummies, is there are just CBD gummies and there are gummies with THC. So it really is get in where you fit in, find your favorite and shout it from the rooftops. And
yep.
I mean, it's really quite simple. So as we're kind of coming to the culmination, again, you are a brilliant woman in vision, creation, cultivation, execution. As you built to be the #1 female earner in our industry, you've also done that with raising your beautiful children. You've also done that by maintaining a beautiful relationship with your husband and really creating this lifestyle that so many want to emulate. So from that place of creation, what do you want to share with our group moving forward, how they can create freedom in their lives, how they can leverage this brand and all the other brands we have moving forward, and how literally this Friday and Saturday could not only transform their business, but their lives moving forward.
Yeah. So I just want to say, this gets thrown around a lot, this number one income earner, and I hear it all the time. And, it wouldn't be possible if I wasn't in my daily choice. If you took Jenna Zwagil out and put me in another company, I'm sure I'm great at sales, sure, all that, but I would not have achieved that title if it wasn't for my daily choice. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I recruited regular people. Like I know that the name of the game is to go make your list, your chicken list, to go find all the 7 and 8 figure, income earners that and play that game. I didn't play that game. I just talked to regular people. And so I'm trying to tell you guys this because you should be inspired to know that you can build your business without being popular. You can build your business without being a male that knows how to network and speak the networky languages that Josh knows how to speak. I have no idea what he's talking about on his calls, and I still figure out how to make money. So you don't have to, do all the things, and you don't have to wear the suits at all the meetings. And no, and you can have a family, you can homeschool, you can RV all over the place if you want to, whatever your dream is. Like literally success is doing what you want. That's what it is. It's not like people think success means money, but it doesn't. Success is freedom. Of course, you may need some money to get that freedom, right? But it's not just about the money. It's about the doing what you love and unleashing that fire within. And if you can tap into any vehicle and still follow your passion. So the problem I see with most people is they get into a company and they think the company's going to succeed for them. And they look at it like they put their money in a slot machine and it didn't work. But they haven't realized that it's their energy that's what makes it work. Right. So if I go gamble at a slot, I might lose, but Josh is going to win because he's just like stupid lucky like that all the time. Like no matter where he goes, like, it's the energy that's going into it. It's the energy that's going into the machine. So what energy are you putting into this machine? Because it's literally up to you. You have to be a little crazy. I'm not going to lie. You have to live life out of balance sometimes. You're going to have to make peace with that. I didn't do it all without help, you know? In the beginning, I was 19 years old, giving birth to my very first child, who's 18 now. His dad was in Fallujah fighting as a Marine, and I'm by myself. It's Christmas Eve. My baby's not supposed to come out until January 9th. And I have nobody, right? No support, no love, nothing. I'm by myself. Like, it doesn't matter where you come from. It does not matter what your story is. It doesn't matter what happened to you. It doesn't matter what, like, if you feel you're a victim of anything, all that stuff is made for you to build your character so that you are in the moment that you're in right now because you had the preparation so that you can go to the next level. And just keep in mind, you'll keep recycling the same experiences in your life, whether it's an MDC or another company. So you can hop from here to there, but you're going to take yourself with you. So my best advice is to take this very seriously, because the vehicle is a big reason why I won here, but also because of the energy that I put into it. So if you guys want to take this sale like seriously, and it's like if you're like me and you're like, whatever sale, no, you can launch a whole business this week. Okay, that's going to sustain you for months, right? So this is a big, huge payday for you guys, and it'll get you through to where you can invest into your self-education, into the books you need to read, into whatever you need to figure it out. But literally, like, network marketing is not rocket science. We make it so hard, but really just be a good person, get the products out there, generally try to help people solve problems. And if you can do that and get over yourself, like get over yourself, get over your shyness, get over your ego. Nobody cares. We don't care what you look like. We don't care if you're nervous. We don't care if you sweat when you're talking to people. Whatever happens, like, just be a real ass person, like, and go help people, love people, give these products to people, because it's going to change their life. Like, I don't know how to tell you guys this. We've had people that couldn't walk start walking. We've had nonverbal children start speaking. Like, I'm telling you that this plant is divine. and every human being needs it. And it brought literally the awakening within me that wasn't there until I started taking this product. And ever since I got connected with the God plant, is how I feel what it is, you know, like it's changed the direction of my life on so many levels. You don't get to number one, whatever, if you're not so committed to changing yourself and being attached to nothing. Like all my bad habits cannot be attached to. Every mistake I've ever made in my life, I can't be attached to that either. All the trauma that you've had in your life, don't be attached to it. Let it go. Your air filter, clean it out. Let it flow. Be in the flow, because let me tell you, when you're attracting a spouse and when you're attracting money, you have to woo it. You have to attract it. It'll never come to you if you're repelling it. And so for when you want to get ready for the sale, okay, go outside and go like do some jumping jacks. I don't know what you got to do. Like get excited, because that energy transfers. And that is what became of our movement. It's the energy transfer. So bring your best, talk to the best people, you know, talk to the most brilliant people, talk to everybody. Like literally this product's for everybody, and just get it out there. So that's all I have to say for this sale coming up. But I know you guys are going to have a blast if you do a lot of talking, because I'll tell you what, there are teams already that have been through this before, and we do not sleep on 420. We work on 420 and we party on 421. So in this case, whenever the sale's over. But
I love it. Thank you so much. Like, this is so beautiful. And you are speaking to a choir that resounds the noise with you. We all know, you know, God created plant before man created pharmacy. And I'm not going to end on a downer, but who's killing who, right? Like, we have not only an opportunity, but by way of your example, we have an obligation to get this to as many people as possible and to be the biggest billboards we can, not only for HempWorx, but MDC marketplace as a whole, because what you and Josh have given us, it ain't going to stop. It just, your guys, it's so big, y'all. So I hope you all felt that from Jenna. Jenna, you are amazing. We appreciate you so much. And this is going to be a big week, y'all. David, I'm going to pass it back over to you, my friend. Thank you, Jenna.
thank you so much for having me on.
And thank you so much, everybody. That's powerful. Thank you, Jenna. Amazing. You know, you can tell, you know, how important mindset is to creating what you want in life. And Jenna just really laid down some magical keys. So let's all remember that as we go into this powerful week.